Morning. Welcome back to Monday mornings again. Here we go, the 18th of August, 2025. Got a nice wee job on the day. If it's going to happen, I don't know. Got a phone call to do in the next 4 minutes, something like that. 7:56. I'm sat in the car and I'm actually at a job. I don't know how to say this. Alright, okay. So it's a family house, my dad's house. And we're back here. We were here last year doing the front door. And we're back this time. Hopefully we're going to get scaffolding set up. Booked scaffolding for today. I don't know if the guys are actually going to do it. But I phoned a couple of weeks ago and, when I phoned up, I says, tell them it's actually going ahead. I've not had any phone calls, so I don't know if we've got to pay up front or whatever. Yes, I've had a shave. You've probably noticed that. Had to get rid of the stubble there. It's in the bin now. It'll grow back again, but I just wanted a bit of tidy myself up just a little bit. It was a bit scruffy. But anyway, back to the job. Yeah, we're going to be doing the fascias and soffits and the guttering at the front. The roof's about 6 metre high, so it's a bit high to do with ladders. And a bit too much hassle as well, so I'll book scaffolding. And at the same time, we're going to get them to put the scaffold around the back, because we're going to do the fascias there as well. So, got a couple of things to do. We're going to get in the house here, see my dad, get prepped, and hopefully see if the guys arrive and whip up the scaffolding. It shouldn't take them that long to do it, I wouldn't think. As I said, they're 6 metre in width, in length, sorry. 6 metres high. A working platform just for the gutters. And that's it. Nothing special really, front and back. It's a terrace house, so it's just all got a front and back, there's no sides to it. It should be, I reckon, about a couple of hours I'll have the pool set up, I would think. So I'll bring you back if that's going to happen. Catch you in a bit, guys. Cheers. Good morning. Let's do it. By the way, cue the intro. You little rascal, you. You little rascal. Back at the bungalow. Yeah. Okay, second fix underway once again, since we solved that problem the last time. Sorry by the way, we've jumped to this job because I went to my dad's house and phoned the scaffolders and I had my pit done for next week, which wasn't what was planned. It was meant to be this week, so the boys are going to try and get out this week sometime, won't be today, and get the scaffold set up. So I thought, well, there's no point in me hanging about. I'll be as well coming through here and make a start and try and get some of the second fix done. So lights, I'm going to get the lights fitted and hopefully get all these connected up and get the lights working. So I've got the hall, the living room, 2 bedrooms. Don't need to worry about the ensuite, we can do that at a later date, but at least I can get in here done, and that should be it. Now maybe even get onto the sockets. So we'll crack on and I'll get you set up on the tripod, I think, and you can watch it all happen. It's going to be amazing. Wow, little video for you to watch tonight, okay? Hopefully there'll not be any fault finding. Hopefully that was the only one we had to deal with. As you know, the pain in the wall. But I think the rest of it's fine, so ideal. All I've done this morning is take this box out and replace it with a deeper one. I'm going to put deeper ones in where he's wanting dimmers. He's going to be putting dimmers in, so there's I think he might change it. That's only that. Dimmer will fit in that one, no bother. Easy. So dimmer, round the corner for the ensuite, a switch. Switch. Dimmer in the kitchen, dimmer in the living room. So I'll just put the back boxes deeper where required. And it just allows all the wiring just to get tucked in a little bit neater, so that'll be bra. Okay, I'm going to get the phone plugged into the charger because it's starting to get a wee bit... I've been doing a lot of calling today and a lot of texting and messaging and things like that, so I better get on the phone and phone the scaffolders and just find out if they're coming this week. Then I can crack on with this. So I'll bring you back in a wee while, guys. Cheers. Yo! Come on, wake up. We've got a video to make here. You're going to come along with me for the ride. Come on in. Lights to put in the ceiling. Going to get this done right now. I'll show you around a wee quick tour first. See what we're doing. Okay, got a mark on the floor there. Unfortunately, it's got this stuff here, but I've made a mark there. And that's a line on the ceiling. Don't know if you can see that. Can you see it? Yes, you can. All we've got to do is measure across, and do the same with that side, and then we've got our position for our 4 lights that's going in the ceiling. So we'll get them marked out, I'll put in a wee time lapse, and I'll speak to you later on. Right, let's do it. Right, that's you set up. You are set up. Can you see that? You can, I'm right there. Right, let's go for it. Let's do it. Found it. How does it go? It goes something like that. Not bad. Right, get these drilled out. Hopefully my cables are where I put them. Hope I get it bloody right. Okay, that's that, done. Lights on. Right, we'll test this one, just make sure it's going to work alright, and then we can do the rest of them. So we're going to see this for the first time, you and me. That goes pop. That. Don't know if the dimmer's on or off. Voila! Hey, sorry for the fucking. Yeah. That's 1 out of 1, 2, and possibly 3 in the hall. So that's 1 out the road. Look at a nice light. I like how the bulbs are deep in, so you'll get the arch effect in the walls. Very nice. We can dim them right down to there. That's how dim they'll go. Lovely. On to the next one. And I think we'll do this one next, so I can get the ceiling I'll mark it again. It's going to be, excuse me, it's going to be fun. I'll bring you back once I've got the marked out. Okay, right. I've marked this out, got the middle there. But obviously I can't get really access to there, I don't want to draw in the ceiling, so what I've done is I've drawn on the floor. I've measured it out, halfway then half again. So it's 4 metres, 2 metre halfway and 1 metre obviously each step. So we've got across there, but I need to get that up there. How do I do it? My trusty old hooper. So I'll do is stick that on, put that down there, under that mark. Pretty much bang it, there we go. And if it wasn't to flash, it'd be even better. There we are. And there's a mark in the ceiling. So we get a mark with a pencil. And this should be where my mark used to be. And if I remember, there's like about 200 screws round about here, if I remember rightly. There's that one. I'm doing the same with that one. Go back a wee touch. Forward a wee touch. Don't flash. So that's that. There's a mark right there. Got a stool. Okay, so the mark is, it's a bit faint, but there we are. There. That's a mark. So hopefully, when I drill these out, the cable should be up there. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Right, like the other bedroom, you can watch me do it. I bet you're so excited, eh? I bet you're having the time of your life watching me doing this, eh? Ah, put you there. Oh, you're not the straightest baldy. Okay. So we'll go for that one first. Now this one here is going to be in the middle of this wall, but these other two is going to be offset. We've seen that when I first done it, and we agreed we'll just do it that way. In fact, my stool's over here, so we'll do these ones first. No cable. We'll check with this one here. I'll have to clean my gun out, like, you've got to clean this crap out.
A few moments later.
Fantastic. Nice. Now. Check the lights out, bro, eh? Pretty smart. Just walked in the door and spoke to the guy. So lights, sorry for the flicker, I can't help that, it's the refresh rate between the lights and the camera. But it's not flickering in real life, not with the naked eye, looks perfect. Nice lights out, I like how the bulb's deep in, so you get the, you know, it's not like washing the wall, as it goes up it creates a shadow. See this one? Nice. Okay, in the hall. Beautiful. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is, since I'm in here, I can work my way out. I've got the switch fitted. Get the fan isolator on. Get that socket box in there and get that fitted. Get the lights all done today. We're going to put the two in the ensuite. At least we've got light to work with. So we'll get these two done right now. Then we can move on to the living room, get them done. Then that's basically all the lights done. Then it's on the sockets. And all we've got to do is the kitchen. Nice one. Right. I'll bring you back in a wee minute. Right. The way I've done it all before was the easiest way to do it is he only wants two lights in here. So I've just split them. So you've got two lights in the centre, that creates you three areas, right? With two joins, if you like. That's how you're splitting it. So you get the length of that, divide it by 3. 1, 2, 3. That'll give you the 2 points. So I marked it on the floor. It brings me to there. And there. Now that's the centre one, okay? There's enough power on this, I think there is. I have to put it on charge. All we'll do is, there's my mark. It's hard to see in it, I need to get some light in here. Right, we're there. I can put it on the mark. Let's see how we are. Okay, bang on the mark. That's centre there. I'm centred it with that wall. So there's the first mark right there. Look at my pencil. Like that. Make sure it's not moved. It's with the vibration. No, we're all good. Over there. And there. Look how. Those are some weird lines. Yeah, we'll do the same with that one down there. Like that. You can go, I don't need to line it through, I just need to be on the cross. I'll line it through because I can. It's about there. I should be touching that one. It is. Right, next one's up there. Mark. Okay, get the drill it. Right, switch connected. It's pretty tidy, doesn't look that bad. They'll just shove right in. That's why I put the deeper boxes in there. In fact, no, that's a shallower box, but it doesn't matter. Fan switch on, but the cable going out towards the fan ain't connected. So I've got to remember that to do that. Shower, I can do that anytime. It's just to get the lights on, and I'll put a box around this because that'll be live. So I've got a wee cable tie around that, so if anyone needs to remove it, they've got to actually cut it, and they should be doing that. I'm the only one that should be doing that, so like I say, we're going to tuck them in. That allows this plate to go on, but I'm just going to check it all first. Make sure everything's going to be fine. Got this nice screws for the cable. So far so good. There we go, moment of truth. Voila. Nice. Let's say that cable should be live now. If I can find my volt pen. All done with it. It's in my pocket. This should be live. It is. Cool. We have light in the ensuite. Nice one. Okay, you're going to be standing here having a shower. Still going to be plenty of light in here to be doing that. That's good. Cool. Right, living room. Okay, we're in the living room. We've decided where the lights are going. Marty there, 11.5 inches out, 11.5 inches out. That's bang on, like from the corner to that square, that cross. And that's taken from here. So I have my mark right there. My laser on it. So I've done it with the tape on the wall, measured out, and beamed it through. So all we've got to do now is unplug that. Hopefully there's enough battery power in it. Tons. And what we do is, once again, put it on the mark there. There. And of course it starts flashing. Of course it would. Why wouldn't it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right. I don't need to line it through, I'm just looking for the it crosses. Right there. Right, just double check that's on our mark. It is, bang on. That to there. Try and draw a cross without messing up the ceiling. There's one. There's no any joists up above that. Hope not. Oh, there. Two. Got the same again. That's, oh, why is that weird? Why is that doing that? Ah, because it's twisted. Right, I'll put the mark on the wall. It does need to come out a little bit. Going by that. Try a wee bit more. Touch. There. Bang on the mark. That one's going that way as well. Bang on. Okay. What we'll do is we'll get the mark on that with the tape measure and we'll measure from the other side. I'm going to have to do it. Measure from that line out. So we are going to be 11.5 inches out that way. But we'll have to do it with tape, I think, on the ceiling. Okay, a wee tricky one. Done that to there, same as that one on that side. So managed to get that mark done on the floor. Measure from the wall to that mark, 107 inches. Put it through there, all the way up to here. 107. And I put a wee pencil mark on the tape measure when it was over there, so I can't exactly what it would be. Now I need to try and get my laser level down there and up the wall. I can mark it on the wall and I can where I am. Okay, I've had to get the marks on the floor up to the wall. Now I've got them in the ceiling with the laser. You can see I'm on the mark there, I'm just slightly off it, slightly off. You just touch it a wee bit and you're off. How's that? That looks pretty good there. That's pretty good. There's a line, I just need to measure out. I've done it with that one, I've measured out. Put in a tape measure. Tell you what I've done. I've just got to make sure it doesn't hit any joists. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I bet it'll happen with that one. Guaranteed. Hey, clear that one. Two out of four. Perfect. Those two are bang on. Now what these two will do. Okay, we're up the attic, hunting for the rods. I suppose in time to come we can get all these done. Oh, there we go, there's one there. There's one there. That one should be somewhere. Oh, look at that, one's right there. One there, one there. So that one will be up there. One in that corner. So you try and get cables under all this and get it along to there, get it tied on. We'll go and find these ones first. See where they are. Right. Got it. One there. You can see one line down there. If you can see it. Stand my tripod up and on. He's right again down there. I can see the hole at the far side as well, bro. Nice one, right. To figure out how I'm going to do the wiring. Alright, that's all the cables in, bro. I'm just going to check, make sure I've got all the cables in the right position. I've only got one more cable that's on the loop up there. You see that one there? That's for the kitchen. So I had them for each of the rooms earlier on, but they're all wired in now, so all I want to do all I wanna do. And the boiler's off. Why is the boiler off? Something's happened. Something has happened. Okay. Correct them up. Yo, right. 12:05, believe it or not. Good time. Not bad at all. Lights fitted. Are we ready? Voila! Let there be light. Now that's the configuration that the guy wanted. They wanted the centre between that, the end of the media wall, to the main wall, centre. So, and basically, whatever that is, mirror it here, same out, so you get the kind of arch effect. So that's it. That's what the guy wants. He popped his head in a wee while before he went away. I'll tell you about that in a wee minute. Looks nice. They're not flickering in real life, it's just to do with their LEDs. We all know that with cameras. There's nothing to do with the lights. Bang on. We've been making good of the switch to be done, but that's what it is. When you get that done later on. Not too shabby, not too bad at all. Right, hold on a minute. Okay, right. Look what the guy's been doing. He's been ripping all this out. The floor was all rotted. So to rip all this out. And there's Rachel's pipes under there. So we're going to replace all this flooring because it was all knackered, it was all rotted and all pushed away. So we've got that to do. These pipes here in the corner, they'll have to get shifted, these ones. Now, there was plywood, this plywood I'm standing on, this was all the way down here and the guy decided to cut it. Now, I'm not going to tell you it was right or wrong. I think we all know this is going to be wrong. He was cutting it with a grinder. What can you see there with the grinder? The blade's broken on it. What happened? I wasn't here, I was in the living room doing the lights. But he never even gave it a yelp or nothing. He just had the grinder going. I don't know what he was doing. I could smell it. You could actually smell the burning. But he was cutting, I think he was trying to cut the plywood. And it kicked back on him and it sliced him in the leg. And I think it's, I can't remember if it's his left, I think it's his left leg. I think his left leg sliced him in a bit here. And he said to me, I think I'll be alright, I think I'll be alright. And I'm like, no mate, you need to get to the hospital, you need to go get stitches. That gets infected, you're knackered. You're not making it any better for yourself. So he's away to the hospital, away to the Victoria Hospital in Kirkcaldy. They'll probably have a wee bit while to wait, but it is what it is. I'm sure a short time waiting on your leg getting stitched up is a lot better than waiting on your leg getting chopped off. And then you're knackered and you're going to be kind of disabled for the rest of your days. So it pays to be safe. He realised he'd done wrong using the grinder and there's a kickback with it. I've worked with people who've had kickbacks with machines as well. It's not very nice at all. So it pays to be careful. Doing the concrete job last week, someone fell. I'm not going to say who, but someone got the lace trapped in the mesh, the steel mesh, and they went to turn and their foot just stayed there and down they went. Now I'd done that in 2008 and my foot stayed in one position, my body went in the other, so my foot was turned round the other way, my right one. So I've got steel plates and everything, and I totally broke the bottom of my leg, if you like. So I don't want to revisit that. Anyway, it just pays to be careful when you're operating tools. Right, so he's away, I've got the keys to the house. I think what I'm going to do, I'm actually starving. I think I'm going to nip down to the co-op and see if I can get anything to eat. Just grab a packet of crisps or something or whatever, a sandwich. Just take the hunger away, take the edge away. Then when I come back, I'm going to get on with the socket, it's got all fitted. And that should take us for the rest of the day, I would think. When that's done, I'd like to think we can maybe move on to something else like door liners. That'd be good, or maybe even wire up the kitchen and take the whole socket. That's a thing. I'll do that when I come back. I'm going to get a bite to eat. Speak to you in a wee minute. Cheers. Yeah, right. I think it's just gone 1 o'clock. Come back, we're going to get the sockets on where they should be now. We'll start with this one here. We've got a USB socket on this one. Because he's going to get his own lights. Start again. He's going to get lights that go around the back of the telly and the USB powered. So just plug in there and you can operate with your phone. Nice. Right, do your setup there. Make a wee start. We'll get this LEDs connected up. Make sure the lugs can fit in there.
shadows of the world so mean. A forgotten soul, living in a world so cold. A silent scream from a story untold. In the quiet of the night, you're walking through the shadows of a world forgotten. For the unsung heroes, for the battered soul, find your way to the light. Under the city lights, you roam alone. An invisible world we've never known. As the night descends and the shadows grow long, will you find a place where you belong? In the quiet of the night.
Yo ho ho, right. We're getting around the sockets. We certainly are. That's that one done. USB one done over there. Obviously I'm not going to do the ones behind here, but that is linked to next door. And that's on a loop, so I've not cut the cable yet. So they're almost back to back. The walls aren't thick enough to put them directly back to back, so that one on the side's there, this one's here. Cut the loop, put one leg there, and join the two together, it keeps it in the ring. Done that one. And that one. Done one in the hall. I've got a few spots to put over there. I cannot bloody find it. I had it yesterday. Don't know what the hell I've done with it. I was short when I'm not needing it. Gavin bloody teeth. It's 3:15 by the way, and the boy's still at the hospital. And I think he's been there since about midday. It just shows you the waiting list at the hospital was unreal. So there's that. I'm going to grab the wee brush and shovel and get a wee sweep and push his bed back. That's all the living room done. Lights are done, sockets done. USB one there, let's say he's got his telly one there, and I've picked him out RGB lights if you like, colour lights. And it's USB controlled, or powered. And he can use his app on his phone and that to control it. Happy days. I think it comes with a wee remote control as well. Not bad for a USB 5V. Not bad at all. Right, clean this mess up. See if we can find that bloody fuse spur. If I can find that, I can get that front one on. And that's that all done. I'll say it'll show up when I'm not needing it, but I am needing it, so it better show up. It's getting that time of day. Glad I got the spots done though. That's how the guy wanted them, so that's how he's got them. Not bad. Your sneeze. No, I'm not. Oh, I'm so close to sneezing. It's not let me do it. Still got the after effects. I hate that. Oh, I had blocked nose, sniffles. I should have sneezed just to make it worth it. Right, put this crap in there. So we're going to grab a wee dustpan and brush, and I'll get a wee clean. Then we're ready for getting actual ring cables into the board and get them connected. Disconnect the old ones, which is power in the kitchen. So I get that disconnected. Then he's got power in the house. Get that done before the day's out. Right, let's go. 16:37. Job done for the day. We are done. That's all the electrics fitted. And these one decommissioned. They're off. That's off. That's spud for there. That's off. All dead. Good to be ripped out. Start again. Done. There's one down there as well. These are switched on. We're on there. Polarity's round the right way. Perfect. That's the same throughout with that one over there. Tidy it up tomorrow. That's all working. To be connected. Disconnected that one down there. Ran the boiler into the board because it came from the kitchen, but the kitchen's dead, so the boiler's working now. These cables are starting to come together now. Bro, get a board on this, get it covered. Nice one. Right, back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to try something different. Door liners. Door liners up here now. Cool.